the Crispin Glover situation.
Yes.
Which honestly, it relates to our present time.
Right now, everybody is on strike. Exactly. This is exactly what happened
with
then.
SAG. That's the word I'm looking for.
But he actually put forth, because of his lawsuit against the studios, he got a law passed saying they can no longer use your likeness.
Which is awesome.
In a film, because they tried to use his likeness.
They used a prosthetic mask and put it on a freaking actor. And then
what was the actor's name?
I'm not sure his name, but they...
Jeffrey Wiseman.
They put him upside down because it looked creepy.
You can tell he had prosthetics on. I mean, so did what's her name? Leah Thompson, right?
Oh, of course
she also had prosthetics on because they were to look old. Yes.
She was the actress. Could you imagine going into work and then being like, here, put this face on.
Yeah, pretend to be this other dude. That was weird.
It was weird. But, and then they only had that little part of it because you can't... Crispin Glover as a person, his mannerisms and how he is...
Just his appearance, so everything is very unique about the man.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He's not an average face in the freaking crowd.
Absolutely not.
Crispin Glover is Crispin Glover.
Even his actions, how he moves.
Oh yeah, and then how he speaks, especially back then.
Exactly.
At the time, how he acted.
So now, if you're, especially as an actor, and he's an artist as well. So because he's had his own.
Right?
No, but yeah, for sure. But he's done his own. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
If there's a deep dive into Crispin Glover
alone,
look it up.
It gets really deep. Yeah, it gets really deep.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
But he's absolutely right in this sense because if I'm an actor and I'm creating an art and you need my art to make your movie, what's it? I'm glad that law got passed because now somebody could just come in and pretend to be me for a minute, and then it's just like they're trying to do with AI.
Right now, they're trying to do that with AI too, to basically buy people with one-time use, to buy their likeness for all future uses. And I can only see it being used for like extras, people in the background. It can never be for a main character, but it can. Yet.
Until it's not.
But it can't, because
if Crispin Glover didn't do what he did, what would be keeping the studios from creating like an AI now with the technology?
It doesn't, especially for those that have passed away. They did it in Star Wars numerous times, right? In the newer Star Wars films, they did it with freaking, I can't remember, Admiral, whatever the hell is, I can't remember the actor's name.
Did they do it in Fast and the Furious with Paul Walker? Did they?
No, I don't think they brought him for a second. Did they bring him back in? I think that might have just been a cutscene from another film.
They just had the footage. Yeah. That's the thing too, is where's that line too?
Where's that line? And does his estate still get paid?
But they did that in Back to the Future too, because the ending, they just reused all the clips from the first one.
Oh, I know.
To have his likeness in there.
Exactly, which they could have done, but they still need to pay him for his time, his face time on camera.
He needs consent to use his image.
Again, for the second film, I know.
Again, it's like, he should have sued, and it's a weird line here.
Yeah, but he won.
But Back to the Future,
and he was able to take them for the money that he deserved, which is what SAG and freaking the Screen Actors Guild are trying to Screen Actors Guild and
that's what they're striking for right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the AI thing of having their likeness used? They come in for one day of pay and then they own their likeness for eternity.
You're right.
Like that's insane. What do we Scientologists sign 1,000-year or billion-year contracts?
Exactly.
Like,
it's ridiculous. No, that's not how life works.
You pay me for every day to show up.
I feel like that's the way we're going to end up. There's going to be a point where AI is already at a point where I can go in to some of these image creating softwares and create a human being that doesn't exist.
Yeah. So, we see it all the time.
So at what point will they no longer need people to go, I want to buy your likeness? We're just going to generate fake ones on our own.
We'll just make a fake one. Well, they could. There's nothing stopping them from doing that right now.
There probably never will be, because there's nothing saying that we have to hire humans.
Exactly.
Right?
But that
CGI exists.
That 1% or, huge likenesses say like, okay, we're going to bring back Marilyn Monroe's. We have enough images of her to put her as an AI image in this movie.
Sure, but her estate still gets paid. That's what will happen if they use her in a film, right? Because her likeness as a person, Marilyn Monroe, if she is used in a film, her estate will still get paid.
Because of Crispin Glover.
Because of Crispin Glover. Because they're no using... Where in Star Wars, in the Disney universe, the Han Solo character, the Luke Skywalker character, the Princess Leia character, and so on, they literally signed off on using their likeness for those characters specifically.
For just those characters.
In all future use.
And that's okay. And that's okay. Right. I feel like even any sort of iconic character, say like a Johnny Depp Jack Sparrow, if he feels like he loves that character and he wants that character to continue on, for him to sign over. But the main thing here is consent.
Correct. Yeah.
Which is such a slippery. It's hard because Back to the Future is such an amazing franchise,
and it wasn't supposed to be.
We love it so much.
It was destined to fail.
I can't believe that
it got
they didn't
pawned
think
off
it would.
40 times before the initial version, the Back to the Future 1, was ever even picked up.
Even with Steven Spielberg as producer?
Right.
Wow, they still didn't think it was...
They thought it was going to be a failure. So when it launched, the original one, 1985, whatever.
Yeah, 85.
And they thought it was going to be a bomb. And it took off like a bat out of hell.
I love that.
To this very day is
like
part of our
iconic.
pop culture, freaking an icon in our pop culture world of movies,
it's
right?
S tier. It's S tier where it's going to be around forever.
Absolutely.
It's iconic. It's going to be around forever. We're always going to be making references. There's always going to be people, references from Back to the Future
absolutely.
in our future because it's so iconic.
For those that can't see, she's wearing a Rick and Morty shirt. So.
We're on a podcast. I'm wearing a Rick and Morty shirt, which is based on Doc and Marty. So,
exactly.
You know, it continued down it, which to me is amazing. Good.
Oh, for
I
sure.
love it.
Absolutely.